one and the world number two in the Australian Open. It was supposed to be an epic contest, much like the Novak Djokovic versus Rafael Nadal encounter in 2019. World number one, world number two. But unfortunately, it was not even close because breaking news in the men's singles title in the Australian Open, Italy's Jannik Sinner has put on a brilliant display as he's won the encounter against Alexander Zverev 6-3, 7-6, 6-3. It was a comprehensive display from Sinner, who displayed tremendous skill and application and also nerves of steel. This one stat is sure to haunt Alexander Zverev for a very long time. In the entire match, not a single break point was created for Jannik Sinner. I mean, Jannik Sinner held his serve, not even a single break point. That was the level of dominance that Jannik Sinner has exhibited in this particular encounter at the Australian Open. I mean, it was simply marvelous. After 4 games of intensity in the first set, Jannik Sinner broke and then he never looked back. Then in the tiebreakers, Alexander Zverev tried to ensure that he was toe-to-toe with Sinner. He actually managed to get a break point also in his serve. I mean, he managed to ensure that he broke his mini serve and he had a chance to extend his lead in the tiebreaker. But then in the tiebreaker, it was just not meant to be. And Sinner showed his champion capabilities and pulled off a remarkable win, winning the second set 7-6. Then in the third set, it was 2-2. And then maybe this was the last chance for Alexander Zverev to manage to pull it back, but it was not meant to be. Jannik Sinner broke him, and then he held his serve very comfortably and ensured that he would win it in straight sets. 6-3, 7-6, 6-3. It was truly one of the most remarkable displays from Jannik Sinner, who now is firmly taking over the mantle from the top, from the Fab 3. Remember, Novak Djokovic is the only one of the Fab 3 remaining. Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer have all retired. And this Australian Open title, this is second consecutive Australian Open title. His third overall. He won the US Open also in 2024. And it seems to be that we have a new hardcore beast in Jannik Sinner at this point in time. But for Alexander Zverev, yet again, you have to wonder, how did it all go so wrong? Because now this is his third Grand Slam final loss. And amongst all of them, he has the capability to win a Grand Slam. But unfortunately, he's not even won one Grand Slam. 2020, he'll be haunted by the fact that he led 2 sets against Dominic Thiem, but he let it slip and he ended up winning the US Open, Dominic Thiem. Then even in the if you look at the French Open against Carlos Alcaraz, he was up by 2-1, but then he couldn't win the fourth and then he managed to lose the match altogether. Here, he was not even close. And that is why Alexander Zverev yet again will be wondering, what do I have to do in order to win a Grand Slam title? 3 different Grand Slams, 3 different heartbreaks for the German. Remember, at this stage, when Carlos Alcaraz was beaten by Novak Djokovic, Alexander Zverev had to put in his all to ensure he didn't lose the first set against Novak Djokovic. The fact that Djokovic pulled through was nothing short of a medical miracle at this stage. But then he came into the final on the back of Novak Djokovic pulling out because of a muscle tear. Now, in the other semi-final, it was a classical display from Jannik Sinner, and that is why he managed to win that encounter very, very easily against Ben Shelton. So, Jannik Sinner is now your number 1 player in the world for a reason, and he's also now a 3-time Grand Slam champion. Now, the rest of the season now, is it going to be a repeat of Alcaraz and Sinner splitting the Grand Slams? Sinner winning the Australian and the US, and Alcaraz winning the French and the Wimbledon titles? It all remains to be seen now. So, a fantastic display from Jannik Sinner. Italy has gotten a new tennis sensation. It started in 2024. It's only getting enhanced in 2025. Jannik Sinner has won the Australian Open men's singles title for the second consecutive time. In addition to his US Open title now, this is his third Grand Slam title. So congratulations to Jannik Sinner and Madison Keys now. The men's singles and the women's singles champions in this year's Australian Open are Jannik Sinner and Madison Keys. Madison Keys also overcame heartbreak in 2017 to win the Australian Open. Now, Jannik Sinner has managed to do that. So, world number 1, 2-time Australian Open winner, 3 Grand Slam titles, Fantastic, dominant display from Jannik Sinner. But this stat is truly remarkable. In the 21st century, this is one of the rare instances when a player did not even get a single break point. Alexander Zverev tried. He had his chances. His first serve percentages were better, but unforced errors and losing the crucial moments meant it was not meant to be. So congratulations, Jannik Sinner, two-time Australian Open winner, and now world number one firmly in his grasp. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Don't forget to download the SportsTalk mobile app for all the information you need in English and Hindi. Bye-bye.